Hi, Genevieve Jacobs from Region Media with this week's news update. The birds are singing around me in the leafy Canberra suburbs as autumn takes hold. That's not the only music that's being made this Easter weekend. To many, many people's great delight and joy, the Folk Festival is back. The Folkie is taking place at Epic, 14th to the 18th of April, with the sneak peek starting tomorrow night. A huge opening festival concert that begins with Archie Roach right through to Yothu Yindi, Uncle Sammy Butcher, a huge range of other artists, everyone from Neil Murray to Kate Severano, and among them, Canberra's own, I think we can say that, Phoenix Collective. Dan's with me, their artistic director. Dan, I look at the Phoenix Collective, I see a lot of names that are familiar to musicians. Ed Neiman, who's a musician with a nationally acclaimed reputation. Pip, who is very familiar to all lovers of the Canberra Symphony Orchestra. What's the Phoenix Collective?
So Phoenix Collective basically is an ensemble that's very flexible. It's capable of performing folk music, clearly, classical music, and we try to not kind of pigeonhole ourselves in a sense, and allow ourselves to tell the story of music in many different ways.
Yeah, because I guess many people will be going, hang on, are those guys really folk musicians? I don't know. But tell me about what you'll actually be playing at the festival.
So we've got a lovely program of Nordic folk music, which it's kind of Celtic in nature, and it's got dance tunes and really beautiful, simple tunes which speak to anyone really. We're not only doing that particular Nordic folk music, we're sharing the stage with Archie Roach in the opening concert, as well as Tenzin Choigal and Martha Marlowe, so kind of pop influences there, as well as some very folky stuff. And Katie Noonan is also going to do a tune with us, so it's quite broad. Look, we're even performing the Vivaldi's Four Seasons in a kids show, so there's a real wide spectrum of stuff that we'll be playing.
And look, this is the folk festival under Katie Noonan's direction, and the theme is you find your folk, find your family, find your joy too, I guess, because it's been 2 long, hard years without the folk festival. And this is quite a different program for many people who are perhaps used to a fairly tight and fairly traditional definition of folk music. We've got the Songs of Don for the Songs of Don Watson. We've got the Songs of Judy for Judy Small, who's a huge featured artist at this year's folk festival. What's folk for you, Dan?
Oh, basically anything that speaks to the heart and soul, simplicity, often music that has kind of changed hands a lot, and with that it carries a lot of culture, and I think storytelling is the biggest thing. So for me, I love a story that can speak to as many humans as possible, and it has that human nature to it. So something that we can all kind of get together and celebrate.
I've always thought of it as the music of the people, and the author Tim Winton's got this great description, music you play from a porch, and I think that fits really nicely. But look, there's certainly huge excitement that the Folk Festival is back in town, with camping, with lots of artists, with a program that really deserves investigation. Katie Noonan has brought a very distinctive lens to the Folk Festival this time around, so that's going to be preoccupying a lot of people in town over the Easter long weekend. Also making news on the Riot Act this week, we've been talking about the passing of Don Aitken. And Professor Don Aitken was a leading light in Canberra's academic and arts worlds, a huge, huge contributor both at the formation of the University of Canberra, but also in being a founding member of Pro Musica, the organisation that is responsible for the Canberra International Music Festival. He was also instrumental with the Cultural Facilities Corporation. Lots of people expressing their sadness at his death. We're talking about the new cat containment laws, always a drama in Canberra. They're being expanded significantly. People's responses to that vary. There is the news, of course, that Senator Zed Seselja says he has secured funding for the AIS to really bring it back up to scratch. Plenty of people commenting that the timing for that one is interesting. You can join in that conversation, but certainly Chief Minister Andrew Barr has said, I don't care where the money comes from, I welcome it, let's get the AIS fixed up. And we've also got the curious tale of the Charnwood sasquatch, the sasquatch cutout that's gone missing from someone's front garden in Charney. Now, there's a bit of a history of this in Canberra, people lifting various life-size installations, and a lot of very entertaining comments on our website about Sasquatch out for that one and various other jokes of that nature, good and otherwise. If you know the whereabouts of the Charney Sasquatch, please contact your local police. But we've got an email newsletter that drops into your inbox every Thursday. Sign up for that. There's also a daily digest. Of course, you can just go straight to the website and join in our great big Canberra conversation. And this Easter, enjoy the music. I'm Genevieve Jacobs. This is Region Media.